Everyone, you are watching Rob's Metalworks this evening. Welcome back to the big show. And tonight we are turning up the brutality here at the program, welcoming back a band that we interviewed this past summer at the Memorial Day Metalfest. Brings me great pleasure to finally have the guys from here in San Antonio. The band called Holy Hell is here in the studio tonight. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Rob.
Thanks a lot, Rob. What's up?
Yeah.
What's going on? And after coming up here, got with Pete, and after that, we just said, man, let's collaborate and see what we can do.
Sure.
I showed him some of my stuff that I was doing with Numb to the Blow and some of my older bands, and we dug it, and we just got together and started doing it and formed the band. We got Dennis jammed with Mortality with Pete.
Yep.
And he was. We were skeptical about getting Dennis. I'm just joking. No, Dennis was badass. He goes. We met Dennis. Dennis is an odd guy, but he's cool.
Yeah, I know.
No, he's awesome. Dennis is a very perfectionist. He's a perfectionist type of guy. Everything's got to be right. Metronome's gonna be perfect.
Sure.
He blows our mind, but that's what we need. He's an awesome drummer. Wouldn't do any other drummer at all besides him because he's badass, man.
When you do speedy drums and heavy drums, you kind of have to have that type of attitude.
But he sets us in place, you know what I mean? Things
Yeah.
are like, he's a perfectionist, him and Pete. And then we got Jimmy. Jimmy over here was old bass player, hooked up with him again and got back, and he travels now from Corpus up here.
Right.
So, Papalote, yeah.
Pete, were you doing anything before you hooked up with Alfred musically? Because I remember we were talking off camera, and I think the last time we had kind of really talked music was when you were playing in a band called Mortality, but that was like many years ago. And then after that, I kind of lost track of what you were doing.
Yeah, I had actually moved away from San Antonio. Was down in Corpus for a few years.
Oh, okay.
And came
You went back to Corpus.
Yeah. Back to Corpus, and then moved back to San Antonio, but didn't play any guitar or anything.
And so you decided at that point, like, I want to get back into having a band and stuff like that.
Actually playing.
Yeah, and before Holy Hell, me and Pete got together, jammed with some other guys. It was kind of more of a it was a heavy band, a guy named Octavio, a real good friend of ours, we call him Octavio, and it was kind of I was doing more of an ultra bridge style of singing type way. Because if you hear Numb to the Blow, it's more of a southern groove. It's more of I sing a lot more than I do, growling or death vocals or whatever you want to call it. But we got with Octavio, and it was really good. He plays, what band does he play with now? Shotgun Vendetta. Really cool dude, badass Octavio. And we were doing something different, and we did it for a while. But it was, our difficulties with practicing, with work and stuff like that. And then we tried out some other guys too that we were going to jam with, starting doing the heavy side. So we were going to do the actual mellow type, or more of a hard rock, and then going to the heavier stuff. And so me and Pete, after a while, we just kind of said, man, we got to do something, and do something with what we want to do, what we're used to doing. No offense to the other band was badass, and it was good music.
Sure.
But just, more energy, more of the heavy shit, man.
More brutality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we like brutality. Let Jimmy share. Jimmy, I found it very interesting, some of the things we were talking about, too, off camera, about your experiences, not only, being in local bands, but also being an industry type guy working, stage managing and meeting a lot of different heavy artists over your career. Share a little bit about that. I think that's pretty cool.
About 20 years working with the upstage, setting up shows, and really missing jamming, because I used to have a band called RPG, and then I jammed out with Killamora from Corpus. What's up, Tony?
What's up, Tony?
I had to work, and I love music, and it was my passion. So when I went to work, it was like learning. I was in class learning about all the equipment and how to set it up and what it takes.
Yeah.
So, I kind of went from there, and then, I had to jam after watching everybody else jam all the time, seeing all these people in the big shows. It's like, forget it, man. And so when these guys started up with Holy Hell, I seen it online, and I tried out for Mortality about 30 years ago with Pete. But I was pretty wasted back then, so I couldn't make the cut. I couldn't make the cut because I play guitar too. So, but I figured, hey man, I don't mind playing bass.
Numb to the Blow first, and then
Texas Hate Machine, Numb to the Blow, Killamora, now Holy Hell. This is the band right here.
All right,
this
man.
Is it.
All right, interesting. That's really cool. Thanks for sharing that. Now, remember. You guys, Pete had sent me a couple of songs. Pete, are those still? Have those two songs? What were those two songs that you sent me? And are those songs out yet to the public?
A few of those songs are on Spotify right now, but it's not the final version.
Okay.
That's getting released. We're still working on it. I mean, we're a bit of perfectionists on it, so. So yeah, it's taking a little bit longer than we wanted it to.
How many songs do you have up on the Spotify?
There's 4 on there right now. 4 of the 8 that are actually on the release.
Oh, okay.
But like I said, they're not mixed down completely.
Yeah, and not mastered either.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we go in the studio, we record, and then we hear it, and I'm like, then Dennis or somebody, hey, well, no, we got to do this a little bit better, or Pete, you can do this a little bit better. And that's the way it is. I mean, we want to put out a good album. I mean, we want to do it to their best. I mean, there's no rush. I mean, there's not going to be a rush. I know everybody wants to hear it.
Sure.
I know I want to get it finished, but, it takes time. It's not going to take, it takes time. I don't want to just throw something out there just because, you know what I'm saying? So some of those songs that we recorded, we go with Fern, Fern's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. What's up, Fern? And
Fernando who?
Fernando. Fern. What's his
Lemus?
Yeah, Lemus. Lemus does all the recording now. So we had
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fernando Lemus has been on the program, and I'm very familiar with him, and definitely.
He's with Lionsgate now.
Yeah, he's at the Lionsgate now.
So with Fern, we went. So I had some guys too that were really good. He had some other guys too that Chris Collier. He does a lot. He does a lot of big bands. We didn't actually go record with him, but he started mixing our stuff. And we didn't give Fern a chance in the beginning. That was probably my fault, And people was like, just give him a chance. I said, well, I don't know, I had these other guys that I thought were really, really good. And they were. But, man, I should have gave Fern a chance because now I won't go anywhere else. I mean, it's like Fern, his knowledge is awesome. I mean, you can go spend a whole bunch of money and go to, I guess what people say, L.A., New York, do whatever the hell, but it's here in Texas, man. We do shit here in Texas that's badass. You got guys like Fern that knows what's up. You don't need a big, huge studio production. I mean, Fern does it great. He's real patient.
Economically too.
Absolutely, but he's patient with us. He gives us advice if we need. We're old school veterans, like you say. We've been doing it for a long time, but still, man, another year, another person, especially him being a little bit younger than us, puts a lot of input into what we're trying to do and accomplish. So it's we just go with him. So now we're going back and doing the songs that we gave you. We're remixing those and putting them down with the 4 new songs.
Because the ones on Spotify were not with Fern?
Oh, yeah, they were.
They were with Fern.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, Fern did record them, but a couple of them went to other people to get mixed just so we could see.
Sure.
Sure. Chris Collier did ours. He was the one that he just redid the Whitesnake one. Yeah. He redid the new Whitesnake album.
So now Fern's going to do it all.
Yeah. Now we just have Fern, man.
That's great. And on that note, for those people who are going to be turned on to the band tonight, I always say, like, you guys are a heavy, brutal band. What do you guys call it? Because I don't really want to say it's death metal, just traditional death metal. It's so much more than that to me.
Me and Pete talk about it a lot. It's genres. What the hell is fucking genres, man? I mean, now there's like emo, screamo, this kind of hardcore, this
melodic
kind of metal.
Black metal.
It's like
melodic symphonic black metal.
I mean, I get it. Everybody can put a label.
That's what it is.
They can put a label on anything, what they want. But but it's fucking metal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's metal, thrash. It's heavy. I mean, that's the thing. We all come from different backgrounds, so we're trying to make something that has a little bit of everything in it.
Sure.
And our rhythms are a little bit more, they're, I don't want to say old school, but it's the beginning, when thrash, death metal, all that stuff. We're trying to incorporate everything in it to make it right. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like when just get it. I freak out on the moshing. When these guys start doing karate shit,
Yeah.
Like, it's cool. I guess that's their niche now. They're younger, but I look at them like, oh my god,
Wait a minute.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, though. So I mean, it just. I don't even know what. That's why I say it's Texas brutality. It's just there's also death grooves. It's a little bit of everything. You heard the songs, so some of them are death, Some are thrash, some are. What would you call it, Rob?
Yeah, I mean, I just call it, along the genre of death metal, but to me, it's not traditional death metal.
I mean, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. We want to grasp.
Good thing.
Yeah,
We want to grasp the audience of everybody. We want everybody to like it, young, old, whatever,
You can
and
feel
just
it. Right here.
Santana always said, if it makes you move, it's badass.
It's
It's
good.
do it, whatever it is. That's I've always lived by that. Makes you move, it's good, man. It's good.
so I think kind of Pete made me think about something that eventually when you guys do finish working on these tracks, are you planning to release like a full
Yes.
LP
Yeah.
or an EP
Definitely.
or
No, it'll be a full length.
8 tracks, you said?
Yeah, 8 tracks on it.
One track's 8.5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one song is 8 minutes long.
Wow, sounds pretty epic. I mean,
Like God Descends was actually 2 songs, and we were gonna try. It was in the beginning. We didn't know what we were gonna do, and then we ended up just doing it together as one song. It was God Descends, and the other part was what was the name of it? Fuck, I fucking forgot. But anyway, it was 2 songs. Then we made it one song,
yeah.
8-minute song. So it's
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out best that way because
Yeah.
for whatever reason, the transition between the two just
It was
it
pretty
just worked.
seamless, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah, sometimes it just works like that.
We were talking about doing both songs back to back live, and then we just said, fuck it, let's make it one song.
Yeah.
Might as well. Yeah.
So that song,
We play them separate at practice. We would play them separate at practice, like this song, and then maybe go to another song, and then go like to the second half of what's now the second half of the song, and then we just said, let's go good together. So fuck it. One song.
Together.
Yeah.
it's rough, man. I mean, with these guys, with these 2 cats right here, I mean, I'm used to going to practice with certain bands, and it's the way it is. But with these guys, I mean, I'm glad, I'm very blessed to have these guys with me because they're awesome and they take things to the way it needs to be, professional and the right way.
Sure.
I mean, we will play for 3-4 hours. Sometimes we go and do a set, and it's only an hour of practice. It depends how we feel. But once we start working on something, it doesn't stop. You know what I mean? It doesn't stop at all, and it's just kind of we keep going and keep going and keep going. These guys, I'm used to the other bands. When I write lyrics, I'm always ahead. I'm behind right now. Pete and them.
Oh, really?
We're already working on the next album.
Yeah, right.
Right, so it's like I'm behind. I'm like, God damn, Pete, when you come with this riff, come with that riff. I'm like, which one do you want me to work on? You want to work on this one or work on that one? We're working on all of them. Yeah, we're trying to work on all of them. So
There's 8 songs going to be on there. We have about 12,
Yeah.
and so it's just these are just the ones that we played the most, I guess.
I think that's a good strategy too. You don't want an LP with 14 songs or anything like that. Save some for later. And then again, you might want to find tune them as well. The more that you play them and learn them. So when would you like the LP to be out?
we're hoping by the new year.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
that's
my
fast
goal right
approaching.
now. Yeah.
That's fast approaching. I mean, time's going by really fast. I mean, we're already gonna be
we have
mid-September.
we have the 4 songs recorded for the most part. I'm the last one to do my part, but then still we go in and then P goes, well, let me redo this again, or let me do this again. I mean, it's never ending.
Yeah.
It's never ending for us.
Yeah,
I
Pete,
mean,
you can't do that forever.
I mean, yeah.
There's got to be. You got to.
A painting is never finished. It's only abandoned. It's pretty much the same shit.
All of us,
Like,
just,
all right, fuck it. We're not changing it anymore.
Yeah.
all of us just want to be happy with it. We want to be happy for everybody else. You know what I
Right.
mean? That hopefully they'll dig it and like it. You know?
Sure.
It takes work, man. It's not. It's funny. Everybody just thinks you can just go in there and just write a song one day. Sometimes it happens though for us.
Yeah.
We'll go to practice and man, we just start. He'll start jamming. I'll start singing, and everybody starts jamming, and just kind of comes together. And it's like, fuck yeah, that's the way. That's the way Kill Culture was. Man.
I
So
got a little mini studio at the house.
Yeah.
Practically,
Yeah.
we can make decent recordings of like scratch shit.
yeah.
Just take shit out. Like, yeah.
Yeah, where we practice at Dennis's house, it's he has a studio in there too, some mini studio, so we can practice right then and there and record. if
And
we need
record,
to,
yeah. And the recording's good enough.
Absolutely,
Just
absolutely.
to
If we
help you
wanted to,
recollect
yeah.
the song,
You
yeah.
hear everything.
Yeah, that's good.
I spent a lot of money on expensive shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking-
So the last time I saw you guys was, like I said, at the Memorial Day Metalfest. Let's talk about that show. Was that you guys had already been playing some shows before then, right?
Yes,
yeah.
we have.
How did
We
that
have.
night go for you guys?
It was good. It was good. I mean, we had to make it work the way it was. I mean,
Sure.
things happened with lineups. Didn't know what was going to happen. So Jimmy actually did that.
Jimmy
show
was
with
doing
his-
sound that
I
night.
played and ran sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did, yeah. He played and ran sound. I told him again, Jimmy, I know this is your production show, but man, you know, let's make sure we're on top of what we need to do with our band. And
Sure.
he did great, but it was
It went good. It went
Yeah,
good.
it was-
It wasn't that. It wasn't like tragedy or nothing. It was good. I
Yeah.
had a blast, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters, right?
Jimmy, the band first, then your production
yeah.
stuff.
I mean, it's hard because that's his job.
Sure.
You know, and our jobs are our jobs, so it's kind of like, you know, we understand that totally, but
Multitask.
Yeah. Yeah.
it was good. Actually, that night we really found out what Jimmy can do with his sound because it was really good. We
Sound
had
tight.
we had Tommy Guns and what's his name?
Jesse.
We had Jesse and Tommy Guns. Tommy Guns also, he's a promoter down in Corpus.
Yeah.
He helped. It was really good. It was fun, man. It was really fun.
I wish I could have stayed that day. I remember we were just getting eaten up by the bugs. They were like,
Come on,
and
man.
then,
Rob, come on, Rob, South Texas, bro. What the hell, bro?
dude, I was suffering all day already.
They were bad.
Dude, we
I
were
was
there.
there all day working.
Hey, we were there all day too, working.
I was there for 3
Because that was a great show because Dennis's daughter was there.
Yeah.
She jammed out.
So Dennis's daughter, Azra, she's awesome little kid. You know, we go over there, and both of them, her and Byron, they're outstanding kids, and they always come up to us.
love it.
Yeah, they love it. And they're there, and they're real funny. He's really cool.
Kick you in the shins every now and then.
I love them. And they remind me of my kids when they were little.
My
But
daughter punched me in the stomach
Yeah.
for no reason.
she'll come tell me, can I get on the mic? Sure. She'll get on the mic, and Byron will go over there, and he'll do some stuff. But that night was epic for her because we did a show.
Yeah.
Some guy in the audience was like pointing at her because she was right up. That little girl was not scared. Everybody was doing their thing.
front row.
She was right up front. I'm like, and I pointed at her, and then she got up. She climbed up on top of that thing.
On top of the
And then I
monitors.
then I said, "Hey man, this is Dennis's daughter, Azra," and everybody's like, "Yeah, Azra." It was really cool. She never forgets that. It was awesome.
She'll live with that forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember that forever.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, man.
So since then, have you guys been booking shows?
We're pretty much we're pretty much booked for the rest of the year. I mean, we don't want to play a lot just yet.
Right.
Until we start, we get this new album out, then we'll do a tour, do what we need to do. Right now, we're kind of playing like once or twice a month. We had a couple shows booked. This past, but when COVID started spiking again, I'm from Corpus, and Jimmy knows we're from Corpus, but a lot of friends, man. I mean, it was kind of, and me, man, I didn't, ask Pete. I'm like, fuck it, man. We'll go do what we got to do, wear our masks, and do it. But man,
They finally canceled at the venue.
it hit home, man, because I had like 4 friends pass away that are my age. I mean,
Oh, wow.
Yes, and then it started. I mean, like
This past year?
yeah,
This
no,
year?
just this past month.
This past
Yes,
wow.
bro. Our age. I mean, and some were vaccinated, some weren't. It's a tough. Me, I'm a conservative person, so I'm real. I have my theories, all kinds of crap. Me and Pete talk a lot about it, but when it hit home and I started seeing things, I was like, man, this is getting nuts, bro. And and I have children, wife and so forth, and he has young kids, and so does Dennis, and I was saying, man, we can go play, and what if one of us gets sick? I mean, I would never fathom if one of his kids or his kids get sick. I mean, we're
From
family,
the band.
man.
From
Yeah.
the band.
All my kids are a little bit older, but they're still
still
kids.
little
They're still
kids, yeah.
little kids, man. So it's kind of like it was scary. So I said, man, let's just. And I had a bad vibe, man. So I was like, man, and me, I never have too many bad vibes like that. I said, man, but we need to cancel.
Yeah.
So we did. It was a cancel, more of a postpone.
They ended up canceling the whole gig though from the venue because some of the people at the venue got sick, so they kind of canceled everything for the next.
I talked to Skulls Zabata from Decimate. He was part of that. Him and Tommy Guns were part of of doing that show. And I talked to him, say, man, we don't like canceling by any means. But then he started talking for a little bit. He goes, thank you for telling me, Alfred. He goes, yeah, we're going to cancel too. If you are going to cancel, you think it's not safe. I mean, it's crazy, man. I just want everybody to be safe. But when it started hitting home, and friends that I went to high school with, that were dying, it was crazy, man. It was really, really crazy. I said, man, I don't know, man. I don't want to put anybody in because man, Corpus, they're crazy fucks, man. I mean, we come from a place, small town, everybody parties, everybody does their thing, real big heavy metal scene, and it was just kind of like, man, everybody's gonna go, and it's just like, man, do we want to put that risk out there or not? We love to play. I didn't want to cancel, but like I said, it was just something weird, man, about it.
It's always better to be safe than sorry. I mean, there's always
a
going to be
time
another
to
show.
absolutely.
There's always going to be another show
Absolutely.
to play. So yeah, obviously, you got to step out of some shows and do what's best for everybody involved. But you are going to still be playing till the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, unless it gets really bad, or something happens, and then they start canceling shows again, then of course we have to wait. But yeah, we try to set up. I mean, we have shows. People are calling us now, and these shows
Basically, depends on the venue, right?
Yeah.
If they shut it down, then they shut it down. Nah, we'll play it.
And in these shows that we're doing, we're not looking for them all that time. They started coming to us and hey, you want to play here? You want to do this? You want to do that?
Sure.
And then we just kind of, how would you say it? Methodically, just kind of think, okay, let's do one show a month. We don't want to burn anybody out.
Sure.
There's some bands that play.
That's very good of you.
Some bands that play every, we can play San Antonio every other weekend if you want, but it's like, you sometimes you burn people out. You can be a badass band, man, but you burn people out because like, oh, I already saw them last. I mean, even though they're gonna go, but give people what they want. Wait for a little bit. Let them wanna the hunger for, man, I want to see them. I haven't seen them in a while. Yeah. Then people go. So I mean, it's just
I agree with you, man. Totally agree with you. I've seen bands like just cannibalize themselves.
And me and
they're
Pete,
just playing too much.
Me and Pete and all of us, the guys, we'll talk about it and think, what's the best way to do things. I mean, what do we want to do? Yeah. How do we want to do it and plan it the right way?
Yeah.
There you go.
Very good, Jimmy. That's the key word, Jimmy. Strategy.
I couldn't think of it. I couldn't think of the word.
That's the word. Yeah. Well, that's great, man. So hopefully the record will come out later this fall, right? You said fall or spring, right?
Well, yeah, right before the end of the year.
End of the year, right? So hopefully that'll happen. It's very uncertain what's going to happen. It seems like things are getting bad again. I'm seeing a lot of shows canceled. I was telling Pete that, even a lot of the touring shows are canceling press because they don't want people in the back. And, it's been hard for me to schedule some work with bands because, they're trying to limit, what's happening.
I just want to put this out there. Ask Pete, I'm a real big theories, the guy, and this and that. I never wanted to get the vaccination. I was like, you know what? It's ridiculous, whatever. But, man, I finally got it. My family got it. And it's nothing, man. All of us put all this stuff into our bodies, partying and all kinds of crap. And, it's just like the flu shot. No, I'm serious.
I've been vaccinated since February. I don't. But and it's weird how
it's safe than sorry, man. What's it gonna do to you?
I don't know how it's gotten
scar on your arm like back in the
remember back in the day you got that booster shot.
It was a circle.
Some of you older guys,
I think what's disturbing to me is how the public and the government is kind of politicized, getting vaccinated and what's
they're
turned
pushing
into
it. They're pushing it. But once you start seeing your friends passing away for real because of it, that that was a different thing for me.
That's it's a wake up call.
Yeah, absolutely.
I read a story where this mom took her family to get vaccinated after her son because they were anti-vax, and then her son passed away from COVID.
So you see, I have a little cousin
and that's what it took for them to go get vaccinated.
I have a little cousin that works in the ER in Corpus, and she's a nurse. And there's people that are dying from it that are not vaccinated, and towards the end, they're getting mad at the nurses and the doctors, like, please vaccinate me now. Please. I mean, there's nothing they could. Yeah, there's nothing we really can do right now. And it's sad. She said, and my cousin, she's going through almost PTSD because every day she has to call even their families, let them know, hey, your loved one passed away, and it's difficult.
It's an emotional fucking baggage.
Hey, man, so all the people out there that are front line, nurses, doctors, anybody that's helping with this, man, God bless y'all, man. Praise to y'all, man. That's awesome. Yeah, it's not easy.
These are scary times.
That's what the music's for, though, man. To escape.
Absolutely.
Let loose. Bring yourself back to reality, and just jam out and have a good time. That's why we do this music. That's why we like to play. People can release with this type of music. Let their aggressions out if they want, or just feel straight up.
Yeah.
And you can go to shows or do what you want to do. It's your prerogative, but take care of yourself. I mean, If you want to get vaccinated, at least think about other people that
wear a fucking mask.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah.
Or jam out at home.
Yeah. Stay at home. Stay at home. Have y'all talked to Lemus about doing a video in his studio?
Yeah. Well, we did.
Because I'd love to see you guys do like not a playthrough video, but like a live session video, something like that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, we started to with one of the songs called "Beg," but I know we're with when we finish recording the vocals and, you know, the going back through and fixing whatever.
Whatever they don't like.
Yeah, whatever I don't like or whatever. Yeah, as soon as it gets mastered. Yeah, as soon as it gets mastered, he's actually supposed to do a video for us. So
Like Beg. If you look on YouTube, Beg, he did a small video. It's just us recording. You know, it's pretty cool. You can check it out. It's on
It's
there.
the full song?
Yeah, the full song. Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. It's just me singing, and and then just little parts of them playing, and it's in the studio. It's like a studio video.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Check it
Oh,
out,
wow, I haven't
man.
seen it.
Yeah, and actually, Beg is an old Mortality song
Oh, really?
that we redid.
Okay.
And it's pretty. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Like I said, I come from a different background. Didn't ever play death too much, so me now it's like, it's awesome because it's a new focus that I have. So it's like a new challenge for me.
And a different vocal style. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's harder to sing?
I mean, death is more harder for me to sing.
Yeah.
I mean, for real, than it is
Sure.
singing normal or just just a regular growl and stuff. Yeah, it's difficult. Everybody thinks death is easy. Everybody's like rah rah rah.
Yeah.
Do it for 8 songs. Do it for 9 songs. Do it for practice, and try to make it sound really good and heavy. It's a different dynamic. It really is. I just think that too. It's like, oh, the guy just like rah, 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 whatever. But when you're doing it as a singer now, as I'm doing it, and actually trying to play, sing the lyrics the right way and stuff, man, it's not easy, man.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So anybody out there that says that just death is just a bunch of fucking growling, go try to do it and see what you can do. I challenge you.
So, guys, as we get near the end of this interview, anything else that we missed or that I should have asked you about or talked about that you have on the plate right now with regards to Holy Hell? Anything I missed?
Just man, for me, we got a lot of things going on. We got a new album coming out after this one already in the works. Just support metal, man. Support all the local bands, whether it's metal or not. Support the music scene.
Yeah.
Buy merch. Pay. Don't try to get in free to the shows if you because I know this guy, whatever. Man, pay because the money goes to the bands, all the bands. It's not we're not rich. We're not. None of us are. We do it because it's the love of it. We have merch too. You can go on merch at Store Frontier. StoreFrontier.com is you can go to Holy Hell. We have merch online, custom. Yeah. And then me and Pete and some of the guys here, we buy art all the time because we actually have every song. We have a shirt for every song, and it's really cool. Instead of having one shirt for the whole album, we actually have a shirt for every song that we did, and it's pretty cool, man. It's just something that we try to do, but. Like I said, man, support everybody, man. Everybody works hard in Texas. I love Texas. Everybody talks about how California is this and that and those and that. You know what? I'm not dissing California, but, man, think about Texas for a little bit, man. Texas has its shit. A lot of yeah, no shit. But in Texas, man, there's a lot of hardcore bands, all kinds of bands that bust their ass to do what they got to do, man. I appreciate all of y'all out there, man, that are, Pigweed, freaking, To Witness a Murder, DOA, Within Chaos from Dallas, man. We played with, man, fucking fun, great ass guys, Wolfgang, badass motherfucker, So I just love Texas, man, and it's something, even Upon a Burning Body, man, everybody's doing a great job and support, and representing Texas, man. That's what we want to do. That's why it's called TexasBrutality.com. I love where I come from. And, I don't diss any other states and stuff because I want everybody to dig it. But, man, we're just a different world down here, man. But
that's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. But pay attention. Pay attention to Texas, man. We're coming. Everybody's coming, man.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Dennis, you want to say anything before we end out? Any last words? Any thank yous? Anything about
metal? That's it.
That's it. How about you, Jimmy?
I say, y'all take care out there, people. Don't forget, in Kittyland, Holy Hell's coming.
Pete?
I just want to thank all the local bands that have, shown us a lot of support.
Yep.
And the fans definitely that have gone out there. And it's been great. It really has been. And really appreciate it.
Last but not least, man, thank you, Rob.
Oh, you're welcome.
I know you don't make money off this. I don't know whether you do or don't. But, you're just like us. It's for the love of music, the love of metal, the love of local bands, no, whether it's metal or not. I know it's called Rob's MetalWorks, but, it's you support all of us, and that takes a big thing to do.
Sure.
And, we appreciate that. Some people may not. Some people do. I know I do. And thank you, man. Thank you for keeping us alive, keeping everybody alive here in Texas with the local music. Please don't stop doing what you're doing. If you do stop and you can't do it no more, have a protege, somebody that can come step in for you. Because no, I'm serious, man. Because people don't realize how hard it is. I mean, you know, we all have regular jobs. You have a regular job, and do we wish that we didn't have to? We could just play music.
Don't forget about Rock and Rick too.
Hell, Rock and Rick over there, camera guy. Hell yeah. But you know, people think it's just. I don't want to be a rock star by any means. I just, you know, if we can make a living out of it, it'd be awesome. But you know, it's not easy. It's not easy, and for everybody that's making a living out of it, hell yeah, man.
You kind of have to want to play metal.
Absolutely.
It's not. There's very few that actually make a living off of it. Yeah.
Even bands who've reached moderate success.
I mean, for us, it's
are struggling.
Like, if we can make a living off it, fuck yeah, badass. But if we can't, so what? We're still gonna do it, and still do what we got to do, man. We love music, love the passion of it, man.
Well, thank you very much. You know, we've been going for 25 years, so you know, that's why I still keep doing what I do, because I still have a passion for it and I still love it. And some people don't get it, and that's fine. You know, life continues and life goes on.
If they don't get it, then that's on them, man. You know, that's on them, bro. It's on them.
You know. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate everybody, and thank you guys for talking again. I can't wait to hear the new music later this year. Yeah, Pete, send me a couple more tracks, man. I'd love to hear it. And I'm gonna look for the video tonight. And all you people out there, remember the name of the band is called Holy Hell. Go look for them right now on Spotify. Go to Facebook and check them out. You saw them right here, only on Rob's MetalWorks.